Christmas is coming. It's time to get your Santa on. Hi everyone, welcome to Weekend Cupcakes. I'm Susan, and in this video, I'm going to make a Santa cupcake. The things that I'm going to need are a cupcake, an Oreo cookie, a bag of red colored frosting. If you want to know how I made this dark red, check out my video on red buttercream hacks. We'll put a link in the description. A bag of flesh colored frosting. I made this by adding a tiny amount of peach coloring to the frosting. A Wilton 2A piping tip in an empty bag. A Wilton 3 piping tip, also in an empty bag. A bag of black frosting with a Wilton 2 piping tip. And if you don't have a Wilton 3 or 2 piping tip, you can use any small round tip. A bag of white frosting with a Wilton 18 piping tip. And if you don't have a Wilton 18, any small open star tip will do. We'll also use an offset spatula and some sort of tray with a piece of wax paper or parchment paper. And finally, a cup of boiling water. I'll explain what this is for later on. I'm going to start by separating the cookie, and you can get rid of the white part. One cookie stays whole and the other needs to be cut, so just cut a small part off so it looks like a triangle hat that's folded over. Now, this might seem easier than it really is, so take your time and be careful. Oh crap. And I'm gonna go get another cookie. Oh, for sake! I'm going to use the double bag system, which is great for when you only have one piping tip, but you need to use it with two different colors. So I'm just going to slip the bag of red frosting into the bag that has the Wilton 2A. I'm going to use the red frosting to glue the two pieces of cookie onto the cupcake, like so. Next, I'm going to pipe some red frosting on the part that will be the hat. This doesn't need to be perfect, I just need to cover the area. That cookie might need a bit of support. There we go. Now we're going to switch the red frosting with the flesh-colored frosting. But first, I'm going to wash out the piping tip because I don't want any red on Santa's face. Okay, so now we have a clean piping tip and flesh-colored frosting. And we're going to use it to cover the rest of the cupcake and the cookie. Even though the cookie is going to be his beard, it's okay to use the flesh-colored frosting because it'll be covered with white frosting once we do his beard. A little bit more. Okay, there we go. Flip the cupcake over onto a piece of parchment or wax paper. Push down on the cupcake and the cookies to flatten out the frosting and freeze for 10 minutes. Okay, the cupcake is out of the freezer and you can see that the frosting has a lot of lines. I'm going to heat up my offset spatula and smooth out the frosting. This is where the boiling water comes in. I could also just put the spatula under hot running water, but I find that using a cup of boiling water is more practical. It saves a lot of water too. Place your spatula in the hot water for a few seconds. Wipe it dry with a paper towel and then run it over the frosting. The heat from the spatula will melt the frosting and smooth out all the lines. So I'm just going to take my time here and make a nice flat surface. Make sure to scrape off any frosting from the spatula before you dip it back into the hot water. Repeat the process until you have a smooth surface. The hat and face need to be smooth, but the beard area can be left as is because we'll be covering it with white frosting. Using the white frosting with the Wilton 18 tip, we are going to go in a little circular motion to do the trim of the hat. We'll also put a rosette on top as a pom-pom. Now, let's give Santa some sideburns. I'm going to pipe a row of little shells from the hat all the way down both sides. At this point, I'd like to do the eyes. It helps with deciding where to place his mustache and beard. So we're going to use the black frosting with the Wilton 2 tip. Just make 2 round dots. For the beard, we can pipe some shells across and work our way down to the bottom of the chin. If you find doing shells a bit difficult, you can always do stars instead. Once the beard is done, we can add the mustache. Since Santa's been out all night delivering gifts in the freezing cold, I'm going to give him a red nose. So let's place the bag of red frosting into the bag that has the Wilton 3 tip. Just hold the tip above the mustache and squeeze until you get a round dot. Oops! Oh, let me fix that little point here. Okay. And there you have it, a cute Santa Claus cupcake. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything. And if you still have a lot of red and white frosting, don't miss our next video for another great cupcake idea. Thanks for watching and happy holidays! Don't film me! There's an air gap and I don't know how to get it out. There. Ah!